Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, it has energy.
Okay, got it. And then, do these have energy? The wind?
Not unless they're moved.
Okay.
Which the wind's going to move.
So whenever,
again, they're the inanimate objects until something's pushed on it to make it move.
So it doesn't have to be human then.
No.
Okay.
Rain could make it move. Doesn't have to be the wind, right?
Right.
Tornado.
So then rain has
that'd be
energy.
wind. Okay, the rain has energy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So then this is moving. What happens after this?
You know, that's a puzzle to me this day. What I think happens is underground.
Something down here.
The way I understand it is it's moving something, and all this energy goes to some station somewhere and creates electricity. So wind is creating electricity instead of using up other resources of ours, other natural resources, like burning coal or...
Yeah. Do you know how it makes electricity from wind? Like how this...
It turns the turbines, which creates energy in all its mechanism of the underground.
Got it.
So no, I don't specifically know. I know theoretically the turning turbines is creating energy source somewhere that creates electricity. It's like a clean electricity is my understanding.
Okay. So this has energy, this turning has energy, not turning, it doesn't.
Correct.
Is the turning wind energy then? Or is that electrical energy because that's what it
No,
makes?
it creates enough, the wind is creating some type of powers. So the wind hitting this is making the propellers, the turbines turn.
Yeah.
That is captured somehow. There must be some mechanism inside those big tubes that we see that goes underground.
Right.
And I know that it's all going to somewhere because you'll see lines of how many of them in West Texas, and they're all going somewhere. And wherever that is like the power station instead of whatever we're using now. So it's not burning coal. I mean, it's not burning other resources to create electricity. It is ultimately, the wind is hitting those turbines, which is ultimately making electricity.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, so this is wind energy, this is electrical energy.
Yes.
What is this energy?
The wind moving it.
Spinny energy?
I think it's not any. It's the wind hitting an inanimate object, and then inanimate object is creating electricity.
What would we call it?
Electricity, eventually.
Okay. So we're gonna call this electrical.
No. It's creating enough force. It's creating something that is turning something somewhere else that is creating electricity.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my mind, I'm thinking it's some type of something underground that is ultimately creating enough force to create electricity.
Okay. Would changing the amount of blades change the amount of energy we get? Like,
I don't know. I'm not a scientist because there's got to be there had to be some design in there about the optimal number of blades and the size. So to me, somebody researched it, which wasn't me, and determined the optimal number and size of blades for each location. Just because in West Texas we see 3 or 4 blades doesn't mean that other parts of the country don't have 5 or 6 or double the size or half the size. So I think they're designed for the areas of the country based on how much wind they expect.
Okay. So I'm kind of just, the reason I asked was because you see some fans with like 2 blades or some with 3, like fancier. So I was just wondering, like, why do they do that? Does having more give you more? Does having less give you less? Like,
I don't know.
Is it only fashion?
No, I think that there have been scientific studies by people other than me. Based on where they're located, they have determined the wind speed or the direction of the wind, maybe.
Okay.
Or it could be that farmer who leased the land could the people who leased it only could afford 3 blades. I don't know.
3 blades, but like 400 of these.
Yeah, really. No, I don't know. I would think maybe this number of blades has to do with the length. Maybe the longer ones have fewer blades on them, but the blades are longer. So maybe the longer, that's going to be my answer. The longer, there is a correlation between the number of blades or the length. So maybe if you have fewer blades, they're longer.
Okay.
Or vice versa. To capture it.
To capture like the most.
Yes.
Okay. And how is it that wind can feel so good, like on your skin? I guess low speeds, but electricity hurts.
Because that wind is creating.
Not specifically this example.
Oh,
in
so
general. Like this we said was energy, but this feels good for us. This we also said was energy, but
they're different kinds of energy.
okay.
I mean, a trickle of water feels good, but the waterfall with the force of a waterfall, it does not feel good. So it's all about the strength.
So electricity would have more strength?
It's too strong, yes.
Okay. And this one has just right?
Not always. Sometimes it's very strong, sometimes
Sure.
it's very light. I think they're different types of energy. And so one is going to be their different strengths.
Would like 10 wind energies give you 10 electrical energies?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But it probably has to do with the blade size and length.
Like you were saying?
Right. It's going to create a certain amount of electricity or energy, whatever the wind is, whatever it's producing underground that we can't see. What was the question?
Whether like 10 wind energies gives you 10 electrical energies.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what the correlation is between how much wind it takes to produce.
Okay.
I would think that 10 wind energies.
Maybe, like you're saying, the amount plays a role. So maybe like 10 will give you times 4, 40.
I think there's got to be some equation about if the wind speed in West Texas is 40 miles an hour, it's going to produce X amount of energy. If the wind is 20 miles an hour, it's going to produce X amount of energy.
Okay.
So yes, I think the wind speed will influence production.
Okay. And so more wind energies will give you...
I would think more wind is going to create more electricity.
Okay.
I mean, because that's why they're in West Texas or wherever, places that are really windy.
Yeah.
And don't have objects blocking the wind, right? You know, they're not going to put them downtown Austin where the towers are blocking all the wind.
Yeah.
But they're also not going to, I mean, they're out in the fields in West Texas, because it's the only place I've seen them, with nothing impeding the wind flow, right?
Yeah.
They're not around the city or whatever, billboards or whatever might be blocking the wind flow.
Right.
Because they're going to want wind whatever direction it's coming from.
Okay.
So yes, I think there's a connection between how much wind there is and how much energy is going to be produced. The more wind, the more energy.
Okay.
More electricity.
Yeah, and then we can use electricity, yeah. Okay, so I guess the last part would be just trying to classify energy, like what it is. Just like we said, it was peaceful here but harmful here.
Okay.
So what is energy? Not wind energy, not electrical energy, just energy. So
Movement.
okay.
Some force has to move, whether it's positive, negative, little or lot. Wind energy, water, electricity, everything's moving, right?
Okay. So something has to move to
Be considered energy.
okay.
Well, I'm glad that after everything that we've been through,
Considered
that we can get past everything
energy.
and move forward
Okay.
with our relationship as father and daughter. And thank you so much for saying yes.
With the food, we said some foods give you energy. So can you taste energy? Does it have like a smell?
No.
Okay.
I think the taste of food is not what's creating the energy. Maybe pleasant. I mean, I don't think your taste buds are creating the energy. I think that you chew the food, goes to your digestion, and your body breaks it down and gets the nutrients it needs out of that.
So what are you tasting then?
The flavor they put in there so you'll eat the food.
What about carrots?
What?
Carrots.
Well,
don't-
the flavor doesn't have anything to do with energy.
Okay.
I mean, that's why, I mean, think of all the people who eat just junk food that have no nutritional value. It tastes good. They made it taste good to sell the product. It has no nutritional value. Your body's not getting anything out of it. You may get sugar. It's going to sugar spike and go down, and you're not going to get much energy out of that at all.
Okay. So taste.
I don't think taste creates energy,
So
no.
there is no taste to it, but your stomach tastes less.
Yeah, all the taste is in your mouth.
But
But if it's not going to taste good, are you going to eat it? I mean, how many people eat something that has no flavor or no taste?
water, we drink water. There's no flavor. It gives us energy.
I think there's a lot of flavor in water. I think
Little minerals.
Well, yeah, but that's a flavor. I mean, you think of water not having a taste, but I think of it does. Even because you can taste, even if it's like no taste, it's still a taste. I mean, the water in College Station tastes nasty, although you're tasting minerals in them. And other waters you don't have taste the minerals, which is also
A taste.
yeah.
So lack of taste is a taste.
No, it doesn't make any sense, but I would have considered it water has a taste.
Okay.
Have you tasted water before that's doesn't taste good? Okay, there's a taste to water.